Working Man Radio.
We, the wage earners, are the job creators, and we have had our asses kicked long enough. This is how we fight back. Are you ready? Are you ready to start organizing to deliver a simple message? The simple revolutionary message. What is the simple revolutionary message? Labor is the source of all wealth. Labor is the source of all wealth. I thought of a bumper sticker slogan. You create what they own. You produce their wealth. That's the bumper sticker. You produce their wealth. Once people understand that, then the justice of the changes needed to reverse the flow of wealth. We don't need to do it all at once. We don't need to do it all at once. You don't have to do it in a day. We don't have to wholesale expropriate the accumulated wealth and send it back to working folks in one day. It doesn't have to happen that way. Nothing that gut-wrenching. Because that will require a civil war to accomplish, and you don't need a civil war. By the way, I'm not afraid of a civil war. And tell you if that's what's necessary, but it's not necessary. And when you have civil wars and you have violent insurrections, you don't always know what's going to come on the other side. You don't always wind up the place where you think you want to be. The Shah of Iran the Shah of Iran was an asshole who needed to be replaced, but he was replaced by bigger assholes. So you just don't always know what you're going to get when people start shooting. So let's don't start shooting, because you don't really have to. All you have to do is establish the justice of making the changes. Simple change. How about, just for some examples, a living wage. Start up river, since we're negotiating. Start high. Open the bidding at $15 an hour. If you get 12, be happy. 12 will work. Don't tell anybody that. And please don't be like so many progressives when they don't get everything they want. They get genuinely angry. They ask for what they want and get angry when they don't get it. Wrong. Ask for more than you want. Ask for more than you want. And when you get some of it, and hopefully some of it will come to close to what you actually want, you'll win. And will you get nobody ever gets everything they want. The Tea Partiers right now, they are angry that they're not getting everything they want. But they're not going to, and you're not either. But you can get enough. Right? The old Rolling Stone song, you can't always get what you want, but if you try, sometimes you get what you need. That's what we're talking about. And the thing to do is to establish the justice of what you want. The justice of the things. Another thing you can do, card check. Card check for unionization. Enough people sign the cards, they form a union. You don't have to have an election where the company can come in and bombard people with propaganda and interfere with the election process and delay it forever. No, card check. Sign a card. Enough people sign the card, you got a union. Make it easy for people to organize unions. A very simple procedural thing that will cause more people to unionize. And organization, what is a corporation? A corporation, first of all, it is a fiction. It is a fictional unit. created by the state. The government charters them. The government charters corporations. It is an organizational vehicle whereby wealthy investors can pool their money into a single bargaining unit. Hundreds of thousands and millions of people pooling their capital together into multi-billion-dollar bargaining units. You, as the employee, get to negotiate with this mass of people, with this large group of people. Stop talking about it and start talking about them. Corporations are not its, they're thems. They're large numbers of people. One person against 100,000 people. Is that fair? Is it fair for one person to bargain with 100,000 people? 100,000 rich people. Is that fair? Is that just? To explain the justice of that to me. That's what you ask. That's what you ask the Tea Party reactionary when he wants to badmouth unions. Oh, so you think it's fair that one worker has to negotiate with 100,000 investors all by himself? Because that's what a corporation is. You think that's fair? And when he says, well, life isn't fair, well, if life isn't fair, then why don't I just take your wallet right now? And don't say it's not, don't cry for justice, because there is none. I'll just take your shit. How about that? Don't tell me there's no justice. If there's no justice, I'll just take your shit right now. And you say, well, I'll pull out my concealed carry weapon that I have. Hey, maybe I got one too. We'll just shoot it out. Or maybe I won't tell you I'm coming. I mean, let's just go to war. You want me to respect your rights? For what? Why? There's no fairness, there's no justice, and therefore there is no right. And therefore there are no rights. You want rights? Then there'd better be some justice and fairness. Don't let them get away with that crap, because they will turn right around and whine about the unfairness. Redistribution. You're ripping my property away and giving it away to the undeserving. Well, nothing's fair. That's your answer. Well, yes, life isn't fair. We just do it because we can. Just like, you exploit people who are homeless, destitute, need jobs, and you put them to work cheap, and extract wealth from their labor, sell what they make for you cheap. They're making it cheap, but you sell it for a lot more than you're paying, and building your empire, your wealth, while they continue to struggle to get by. And you know why you do it? Because you can. So don't complain when we do things to you, because we can. What's good for you is good for us. You want fairness? You want fairness? If you want justice, you have to give justice. You want to know where you can find that? The Bible. The New Testament. Jesus says that. If you want mercy, you have to give mercy. If you want justice, you have to give justice. And if you're unwilling to give justice, don't complain when you don't get any. Establish the justice of your position. And the justice of your position is established by the simple fact that all wealth is created by labor. You create what they own. You produce what they own. And once you understand that, the policy changes. That's what we're talking about. Policy changes. The new laws, the repeal of old laws, the changes. And what we were talking about, what are we talking about doing? We were talking about reversing the flow of wealth. We are talking about reversing the flow of wealth. We are talking about an economy built on the proposition that the people who do the work ought to participate and share in the prosperity. And the tax laws and the labor regulations and market regulations and market conditions and currency, the value of the currency and the operation of the Federal Reserve and trade regulations with foreign countries and on and on and on and on ought to favor labor, because labor is the source of all the wealth. You want every living, breathing human being in the nation to know that labor is the source of all wealth. In other words, you want this idea to be in the ether, baby. You want it to permeate the entire political environment. Now, are you going to start organizing people to do the? When are you going to start? Are you going to start organizing today to get people to do this? No. Well, Joe, I got things to do. Maybe you don't appreciate the importance of simply organizing to deliver a message, because that's what revolution is. This is the revolutionary message, and the revolution is accomplished by delivering the message. Delivering the message to everybody you meet, everybody you know, every context you get in, every chance you get. Wealth is created by labor and extracted by the wealthy. We are not asking for a gift. We are not asking for charity. We are asking for justice. And that's the message you deliver every chance you get.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
You've been listening to Working Man Radio with Joe Lyle at joelylesradio.com.
Fight back 5 days a week at joelylesradio.com.